Amiibo! For anyone who's ever been to a GameStop and been in that little corner where they sell those little figurines, you've probably heard that many a time. Yes, I'm going to be looking at some of the Amiibos I've got. For those of you who don't know what those are, those little figurines of Nintendo characters and other video game characters that are compatible with the Wii U and the 3DS. And most of the ones I've got are the early ones, got a couple late ones. I don't have a bunch. And I'm not really looking at their functions today, it's more of their aesthetics. And some of them are really good, some of them but for the most part, good stuff. And of course, the best way to start off is with the poster boy of Nintendo, Mario. And he's actually a really good one to start out with because if you've ever played the new Smash Brothers game, they're basically going for all the ones that are featured in Smash. Here's the logo for it on the stand there. They're all going for the ones that you get when you beat the game. So this is the trophy that you win of Mario when you beat it, and all the ones, the Amiibos that they've made from that range are going with this. Their stances for when you beat the game. Some work better than others. Mario here is a great example because not only does he look the part, but they also added in this nice little fireball, which is translucent and really nicely detailed. And Mario's also, again, because he's the face of Nintendo, very, 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 very well detailed. Feels very solid. Extremely well made. Paint's good. Really no complaints on that. So, and this is probably the most common one you'll find. I see this one all the time when I go there, so this is definitely the one to start off with. You go there, man. And I'm going to put them in somewhat the order I got them. So let's go with Pikachu, the poster boy of Pokemon. Everyone knows Pikachu. Even your mom, who's never heard of anything video game-wise, could probably name Mario and Pikachu here. Even Pac-Man. And Pikachu, not as intricate as old Mario here, but still does the job. He's got his little tail, his ears, and his very cute face. And, you know, his arms are just part of the body, so he's kind of a lump. And again, pretty solid. My only concern with this is the tail feels like it would break off if you moved it around too much. So I'm trying to be careful not to touch it. But also, I'm sure that these ears, certainly solid, are definitely weak points on the figurine. So I think if you dropped that from a high enough distance, these would probably snap off in an instant. But, oh, look at his cute face. Pikachu. Really good one to have. Next, we're going to have one that's going to showcase, you know, these two guys, you know, on their feet, pretty solid standings. What about someone who's not having that sort of a pose? We have Link. For all the ones that are kind of defying gravity in their stands, they have to give them these little clear bits of plastic here to hold them up. Now, Link is really interesting in several levels where, look at the detail on that. Really great stuff on the shield. There's the Triforce symbol and the bird. You've got a pointy hat here, which could probably poke on an eye. A very wobbly sword. What's interesting is this is pretty hard plastic here. This is pretty solid. It's not going to move. But the sword is less. Like, you could bend this and probably warp it fairly easily. But still, really nice detailing on the sword there. There's more of the symbols there. And you probably really can't see it on this camera here, but if you look close here, you can see that the silver bit is chainmail under that green tunic of his. So really good stuff. The only problem I have with this one is, unlike the others here, where if you have them on the ground, they're looking straight ahead, you know, you can see their faces and everything looks great. Link, on the other hand, not so much. You get just more of the top of his head and his hair. So you really can't see. You have to do one of these to see that he actually has a painted on face and eyes, which you can't really see. But there he is. So I kind of wish he would have been looking up a bit more, because this, while it's a nice figurine, and certainly a lot thinner than the other two here, it loses points for not being able to see his face right away. You have to doing that, and, well... And speaking of being thin, I don't have it here to show you, but there's the Samus figurine of her and her armor, excuse me. She looks so thin and disproportionate especially compared to these guys, it almost seems like a waste. I wish I had one just to show it, but I don't. Next, we have one of the ones that I really, really wanted, and I'm glad I was able to find. Megaman! Yes! Da-na-na-na, super fighting robot, da-na-na-na, Megaman! Again, really, really nicely detailed. You can see all the little lines of, since he's supposed to be a robot, or he would be put together. The face is really nice. And, you know, all the detailing is there. And very, very solid. And he definitely looks the part. And he even got the little wrinkles in the skin here where he's holding up his arms, and there too. My only problem with this one, this is the only one where I've found, is the paint application here. It's kind of smudged over, where this border should all be blue, and these individual beings being yellow. Unfortunately, they've sort of smudged it a bit here. But overall, you know, the arm cannon, really well, nicely done. The ends of the helmet here, really cool. And again, this is probably my favorite one of the bunch. Sorry there, Mario. And next we have Sonic. And again, we have this bit of plastic going on since he's, you know, defying gravity here with his run. But he should be, since he's Sonic. And again, he's also sort of suffering a bit of the Link syndrome here, where he's looking down. But from the side, you know, this side is probably the better one, because this side you just get, you know, glancing away, a hint of an eyeball. On the other side, though, you see he's got his smile, he's looking more at you, so this is the side you really want to be showcasing. Plus, he's even got the little buckle there in his shoe, which you can't see. Well, you can see it there. But yeah, this is the side you want. And you know exactly who this is, and this is what he looks like from the front. Brown, brown. Good stuff. And we kind of got a all-guy thing going, so I figured we needed a female representation. So we got Zelda. There, Link. There. That'll be all right. No, let's not do that now. Later, big guy. So yes, Princess Zelda. In I kind of wish. I think there was supposed to be maybe some magic going on here or something. So I kind of wish they were doing what they did for Mario. But unfortunately, it just sort of looks like she's just standing and sort of lazily pointing over. It's like, it's there. She's not even looking at it either. She's like, well, maybe Pikachu, you seem hot. Maybe you should go see a doctor. But, you know, nice detailing here. Look on the dress and all that. I really wanted the chic one, but I couldn't find it. So we got this instead. But nice enough figure on its own. And lastly, but not least, Luigi. This is a different one. All these are from the Smash Brothers game. This is from Mario Party. And I got this one because the other one was kind of crap. I mean, it's certainly Luigi, but if you have played that game and have beaten it with him, you know he's sort of doing the worm. And unfortunately, because that's really defying gravity, the bit of plastic here is sort of from crotch to up to gut, and it looks like it's kind of cradling him a bit, and it's kind of weird looking. This is far nicer. This is him being like, yep, I'm a Luigi. And, you know, red as compared to black here. And different sticker. Well, it's not really a sticker, but still different detailing to signify a different game. Different stuff. But overall, having these two guys together, still nice quality of detail. I just noticed that Luigi's overalls are darker. But still, good stuff. I think my favorites are, even though Luigi's good, these two I think top the list. Mostly because of this, and mostly because this is one of my favorite characters ever. Some of the ones I'd really like to have are Greninja and Lucario, but they are pretty much impossible to find unless you go online, and unfortunately people are scalping them like hell. So they are far too much money for something that just kind of sits on a shelf. And yeah, that's what I've got right now. And for those of you who are interested in this sort of thing, definitely seek them out because they are very nice.